We're here at Goiti interviewing Addie Luna, the baby bee. She's now 14 years old. And we're going to ask her some questions that we've asked her before. So welcome to the show, Addie. How are you feeling today?
Good.
All right, for our first question, so what do you imagine that you will be doing for a career in the future?
For a career, I think I would be something. No. I think I'll be doing something related to music or writing. Hopefully something at Berkeley, or maybe something like theater, musical theater.
So when you think about these different interests, art, music, writing, how do you think you'll choose between them in order to land on a career?
I think music would be the main thing I would want to focus on, because it's like I feel more comfortable with music since I've been doing it for a while and stuff. And yeah, but I would love to do writing as well. I just don't really know how that works, and I haven't looked into it as much as I've looked into Berkeley and stuff. So yeah.
And we're talking Berkeley Music School in Boston, not Berkeley,
Yes.
California.
No.
Okay, my thought went to Berkeley, California, actually, which is like bigger and more famous. But good, I like that idea. So none of those things, writing, music, art, are easy to make money at or to have a sustainable career. And a lot of people who get into those fields end up doing something sort of related, but something that pays the bills. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't really know. I try to not think a lot about that and more of what I would enjoy doing as a career and in life. But I mean, it's there. And I don't really know. Yeah.
How is school going? What do you like best at school? What do you like least?
At school, my favorite class is English, and it used to be creative writing, but that changed.
Why did it change?
Because the teacher left, and yeah, it was a mess. My least favorite subject, I guess it would be, I'm having a hard time with science and with Spanish because of the teacher, but not the class. I think the class is the subject. Yeah.
How much do you feel like the teacher impacts your enjoyment of the class? Is it a big part, or is it just
big part? Yeah, I would say he's my least favorite professor.
Can you still enjoy the class even with a professor you're not that into?
Sometimes when there's creative writing activities, yeah, I do. But it's really hard for me to do homework for that class or that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So what are your interests and hobbies these days?
Right now, chess is really important for me. I also draw and paint a lot. Yeah, and I've been building a model which I would like for it to be a hobby, like a new hobby, but it's a little expensive.
I'll buy you some. When we did these interviews last time, you were really, I don't know if I'd say depressed, but your outlook on the world was depressing, I guess, to hear. What are your thoughts on that now? Have your thoughts on that changed at all, or do you still see the world ending shortly?
I do see the world ending shortly, but I think I've been trying to let go of that anxiety and that like existential dread. But it's very much still there. I just try to not focus on that because I know I'm gonna die anyway. And I realize that death is not something you can really like feel. So if you just die, you die and you don't care about anything anymore. So yeah.
Is it something you think about on a daily basis?
Yeah.
Does it affect your plans in life?
I think I've been trying for it to not affect me that much anymore. But yeah.
So who are your friends these days? Who are you closest to?
I have a bunch of friends. There's like my school friends who are a lot, like Regina and Matias and Max, Michelle, Vale, a lot of people. And then there's like friends who are family, like Jekpi and Gatiani and Lex, and yeah.
I can't remember where you were in the last interview on that, but I know a year and a half ago, you used to say things like, I don't have any friends, and that kind of thing. How has that changed? Do you feel better about that part of your life? It seems like it.
Yeah, I think I've learned to value them as my friends. I guess more, but I did have a lot less friends than I do right now. So, yeah.
What are you most anxious or scared about in life?
I guess it's still like losing people, like whether it's them dying or like just leaving. But yeah.
Obviously, you had a really hard experience with that at one point. How do you think you've come through that, or have you?
Through what?
Through the experience of losing someone close to you.
It's brought a lot to my life, but it's also really hard. But I've been able to see like all the beautiful things that come out from that, you know.
Is that something you think about a lot still?
Yeah.
Okay, a couple of quick questions. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Amelie.
What's your favorite book of all time?
I guess like novel.
Or nonfiction?
I don't know. I guess it's still Momo.
What is it?
Momo.
And what is that?
It's a book by Michael Ende.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Oh my god. I would say it's kind of like. Wait, pause it. It's like a critique towards capitalism for kids. Yeah.
Who's your favorite artist? Besides Grandma Carol, of course.
Oh, artists like painter.
Any kind of artist.
Oh, obviously Taylor Swift forever, and I've Phoebe Bridgers is very up there now, and then there's like Damien Rice and Regina Spektor and Arcade Fire.
So in 10 years, you'll be 24. Where do you see yourself? What are you going to be doing?
I don't know if I see myself in 10 years.
You'll be dead?
Probably, but I mean,
Why do you say that?
because we're all gonna die. But I guess if we didn't die, I would be maybe. I think I'd be here. Like I would have come back from Berkeley and hopefully be like a grandmaster in chess or something, and like.
So you imagine yourself going to the U.S. for college and then returning here? Is that kind of what you meant? In the in the first video that we did, you were talking a lot about things like Harry Potter, the Chais. There was definitely like a innocence there that has been lost, as with anybody who's aged between those years. But like, if you could talk to that girl in that video, or like share what you've learned or how you've changed over the years since that first video, like, do you have any thoughts on that? Like,
I don't think I'd want to tell her. I don't know. I think I would just want her to live the life she was living. But yeah, I think I'd just like to have like a conversation with her. Maybe without her even knowing I am herself. And just like have a conversation with her.
I mean, there's kind of a sense that you're a little bit disappointed about what you found out about life, but there's also a sense that you're like a happy person. How do you square those? Do you think that's accurate?
I don't know. Wait, pause. I mean, I've had like very low points and happy points in my life lately. But I don't think I would call myself a happy person. I just go with it. I just like, you know.
But what about that sense of disappointment? Do you think that that's true? I feel almost like you've learned in the last 4 or 5 years a bunch of things about life that you...
Yeah, I am disappointed about many things, but it's not like I feel disappointed in life in general. It's there's some sort of like excitement there all the time to like know what's next, but also there's also like a lot of fear because I don't like change, but yeah, I wouldn't say I'm disappointed. I think I've just learned very interesting things I wouldn't have imagined.
Okay, so this next question you can answer as much as you want to or not answer it. It's totally up to you. But like, obviously you've made a lot of discoveries around like gender, sexuality, and so forth. in the last couple years. Let me put it this way, like, how do you think that changes your view of life and your future?
Doesn't really change it. I mean,
Or who you are, maybe. It's a way of saying it.
I guess it just it does bring a new view that that I wouldn't have imagined. Like, I wouldn't have imagined that gender doesn't exist. But now it's like so obvious that it's not like something that really affects me or that I think will affect me. Like, I choose not to label myself in gender, and it's...
But it seems like all of that would affect your future life, like, you know, who you would marry, whether you'd have children, things like that.
I mean, not really, because for me it's just like something that happens because human experience is different all the time from like each other life experiences, but yeah, I don't think it's really like something like I just choose if I want to have children or not, and it doesn't really depend on my gender or my sexuality or, you know.
How about your family relationships with your parents and grandparents? And
I mean, it definitely has changed lately, like for example with Abel, because I didn't used to see him as much, and when I did see him he was like always so cranky and stuff, but now that we moved in with him, I think it really has changed. Like, he seems happier, so I feel like we can have a better relationship.
how do you feel like aging has changed your relationship with your mom and dad? Or has it?
I don't really have a way of perceiving that because I think I really live in the moment, so I don't perceive that change a lot. But like, I know things have changed. Like, yeah, like I don't see you as much, for example, and there's some sort of like distance with my mom, I guess, but I think we still have a really great relationship. But yeah.
It sounds like you feel like some of those changes are just unavoidable or part of the natural progression of aging. Is that reasonable?
I think so, yeah.
All right, so last two questions are, what thing would you change in your life, and what thing are you most happy or proud of in your life? So what would you, if you could change something, what would you change?
Wait. I think maybe one of the things I would change would be like all the anxiety I live with.
Talk about that for a second. What what anxiety do you live with?
I don't know. It's just there all the time, and it's annoying, you know. But
Anxiety about what?
I mean, I have a lot of social anxiety, and I have like, there's a lot of things that worry me, like losing people all the time, or like people being mad at me, or, you know, yeah. What else?
So the thing you would change is to get rid of that?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, and what do you, most happy with in your life, most proud of?
I think I'm really comfortable with the relationships I have with people right now in my life. Like, I have a lot of close people to me that I wouldn't like to change that. I would like to just stay like that. Would like them to stay like that.
How do you square those two though? If you have a lot of social anxiety but also really good relationships, were you able to overcome it in some way? Or?
Yeah, I've been. I think I've been working a lot on my anxiety, and it's. I don't know if it's like calmed down, but it's. I think I'm more comfortable living with it, or like controlling it.
All right, excellent. Well, this has been Addie Luna. We'll check back again next year.